if they're here. And it looks like we're alone.
That's all right. I think people are like,
It's all right. Uh,
totally fine.
it's totally fine.
We're
I'm
a minute
wondering.
early, so, you know,
Okay, I didn't have the comments up, but yeah, we're still alone. It's okay.
I have the
All
comments up.
right.
Anyway, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay, so let's get started. Hello, Lisa. Hello.
Hello, Liz. How are
Oh my
you?
God. Hey, Joan is
Hello.
here. We made it until the finale. I,
Here we
I
are.
didn't think we wouldn't make it, but gosh, like when I don't know, it's not even, I can't say it's a slog. It's just that you have to, like, Sunday is from day, period, you know? So, hey, everybody, this is What is From Cast. This is Lizzie, and
I'm Lisa. It's so good to see you all. Hello,
yes,
everyone.
it is.
It feels like we've been podcasting for days,
It
but we
does.
kind of have.
We kind of have. We've had some interviews,
Yeah.
and I'm stuck in trying to get Harold off my computer, but I will. I finally get to watch you
Oh,
live. I listen to the
hello.
podcast all the time. I'm so excited. Hey, Moy, or is
We're
it Moy
excited that
Vet?
you're here.
Welcome, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you've been listening. Joan, are you wearing your bracelet to celebrate the finale? Um, Joan ordered a bracelet from me,
Oh,
which I
cool.
want to go at the top of this and just say we have an Etsy shop. It is called What is From Shop 2, like the number 2.
Lizzie
Um,
makes some amazing jewelry, just let me tell you.
oh,
It's
thank you.
awesome.
I don't have tons on there, but we do have show posters that were created. Oh, you haven't gotten it yet. We have show posters that were created for us, season 1 and season 2, and I'm actually in the process of getting season 3, and now we can start thinking about season 4 done. Um, I just put on some t-shirts, and that's all on the Etsy shop. So enough about that hawking. Let's get going. Let's see. Let's start with Tabitha and Jade down in the
That
tunnels.
was pretty scary.
It was
Um,
really scary. I didn't even know what was going to happen.
you know, I first of all, I didn't think they were going to get the tree to come down, and then the tree came down. It started looking really good
Yeah,
because they got the bones. Then the tree came down like it was supposed to, but the monsters are coming. We find out that the monsters can't be in light. Like they like
yeah.
moved to the light and then they had to get out.
They
So
were like vampires.
yeah, pretty much like vampires. And it was really
That's good to
hopeful.
know, though.
Yeah. But then knowing that Sophia had sabotaged the rope ladder when they were climbing up the rope ladder and it broke, then it got bad again. So
Yeah,
um
things went to shit.
yeah, but you know, good Jade offering to sacrifice himself so
Yeah.
that Tabitha could save everyone else, I thought was really great.
You know what I thought was the sweetest thing was when he said, "I'm so glad it was you
That
that I."
was it was a really good it was a great I think the chemistry between them and hey Doug, the chemistry between them in that scene was great. And
Yeah.
I just think everything about that scene was it couldn't have been written better, I don't think. It was really good.
Hey,
Well,
welcome in, Nick and Doug.
hi guys.
That's the thing. Like, I didn't expect that because if you think about it, he was calling her husband Cupcake, but now, after all we know, it makes sense why
Yeah.
he'd kind of be talking like that to
So when she's holding the
Jim.
skull of the little girl,
Yeah,
is that their child? Is that
yeah,
what I'm supposed to gain? That's what I'm supposed to glean from that is that that little child is it was theirs. And then it was kind of creepy though, because when the little girl, like when she's having the visions of the little girl, and the little girl's kind of like swatting at her to play. I don't ever remember seeing that, but that was creepy as hell.
Um, I don't know, but the little girl is the one that came up when Jade was playing the violin. Um, and she was looking at the skull, and they didn't show it very well, but there was a mark on the skull where the little girl had been stabbed or whatever it was that hit her in the head.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it was their child. I wish the vision would have been her actual girl. She was
Oh
alive.
yeah, that
Yeah.
would have been great. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was creepy that they had climbed down into the grave, with all those bones. I'd be so worried about stepping on one of them. Like if this was real, like I wouldn't want to be stepping on one of them and then they had to put them in the bags and the whole thing. Like I I think someone
It's like a Santa Claus bag full of bones, basically.
yeah. And Sky is kind of like not into um the Jade Tabitha shipping thing, but we're not shipping them. And I
No,
don't
not at
think
all.
that he was doing that either. I
Yeah.
think he was just complimenting her.
And I think he
Um
was trying to stand up and like say, look, this is the only way I'm gonna have to sacrifice myself to make this work. And it was
yeah.
just kind of like a goodbye type thing. But
Yeah.
I'm not shipping them at all. That's not. I don't think that they're. I
And
don't see a shippy thing.
yeah, no, I don't see that at all. And the thing is like we I mean he's been killed every single time. Every single time. So this could have been the time that he was going to get killed. Like something would
Yeah.
come through his eye. Maybe one of the monsters would put his eye on a necklace or something. you know, I don't know. But everyone is up above, waiting to pull the tree. And Boyd gets the rope ladder ready. Bacta, and I forget who came in with her. It's like they come in like last minute with the rope ladder. And Christy asks about plan B. And Boyd's like, yeah, there's no
There's no
plan
plan
B.
B.
Yeah.
This is it. The tree's
I
got to come
mean,
down.
I'm like, geez, Christy, haven't you lived a day in my life? I don't have a plan B. I can't get any further than A in the alphabet. It's just A. A
Yeah.
is it. And then they get the signal and they start pulling, and then outside the plastic sheet, we see the cowboy, the waitress, and the cheerleader. And the tree comes down, the sunlight comes in, and they can't come in. This is when we see that they have vampiric qualities and they cannot be in the light. Doug says, I thought Jade sacrificing himself and getting killed by the monsters would have broken his recurring fate of getting killed by fellow townfolk, thus changing the cycle. I think, Doug, you saying that, I think would have been a point on that side, would have given them some positive energy toward the cycle. Um,
No,
don't know about artificial light, but at any rate, the sky, the tree comes down and the sky goes dark and the monsters change. The ground is shaking, and it opens a passage up to them, and they wind their way through the tunnels, and the tunnels are really tight and the monsters are trying to come through. And it's almost as if Jade and Tabitha are like stick figures and have no problem getting through those tunnel cracks, but yet Cowboy is struggling.
well, somebody maybe somebody was mentioned something. I can't remember. I don't know if it was Nick or Doug, but it's like the earthquakes were kind of in their favor. That earthquake happened in their favor.
Yeah, it
Um,
absolutely did.
because it was after it went dark and they were able to kind of advance on them, and then it was the earthquake. So,
Yeah.
um,
They needed that.
yeah, they did need that. So that could have been the boy in white. I mean, I don't. Who knows?
You
I
know,
don't know that that was.
that's
I
weird you
don't.
say that. I thought the same thing.
Yeah.
Like there some positive entity was trying to help them in some
Right. Give
way.
him a leg up. Right. You know, the whole thing about monsters not being able to go into the light, I think it's just sunlight because Smiley went into the clinic with, and that was just like fluorescent lights. It was dark outside,
Yeah.
but I don't know that I think it's just sunlight. I don't know that it's
Yeah.
fluorescent light. It's just sunlight.
Yeah.
And
I
there's
mean
been
it,
other instances over the 4 seasons where monsters have gotten inside at night where it was light. So I just think it's a sunlight thing.
yeah, it must be. So um they're stuck at the bars, which bugs me because why didn't they start kicking at the bars?
Yeah, it did
They're
make a lot of
just
sense.
wood, like they're just big branches. So I thought, I don't, that bugged me. And it took Boyd coming and shooting the bars. But the Jade signals with the battery and it dies, and they don't know if their signal went through, but we know that it went through. They'd still have found Jade, still have to be found. Jade's giving up. Tabitha is optimistic, and they start digging under the bars. She thanks him for letting her go up the ladder first, and he says, "You know what they say, women and children first."
And she had a bag full of children's bones, and she was a woman. So yeah,
Women and children first. I love the brevity, right?
yeah, exactly. Sky says, "I think the talisman has the moon and sun because of that." Could be. Yeah, it could be.
I think the
Um,
talisman has the moon and sun. You know, I had my box here. Up here. I wish I'd kept it up because I'd look at the talisman. But yeah, I think that you're right, Sky. It does have the sun and the moon. So let's go over to the tree where we have Ellis, Acosta, Boyd, Sarah, Christy. Um, let's see, and they're waiting for the signal from Jade. And Boyd is anxious. It's great that Jade's character and sardonic wit is consistent throughout the series. That's what I like. It like him saying women and children first isn't a big surprise. It's just that it's a little funnier than normal. Um, Jade tells Tabitha that there's nothing protecting the chamber once the tree is out, so she should go up the ladder first. If Boyd realized that this wasn't safe, he wouldn't let them do this. And so they have to break the cycle. But why is Jade always like at this point? I was asking why Jade was always getting killed. What was he doing that was causing him to always get killed? Because we don't have a flashback for that. Um, I mean, this version of Jade could have been killed just because at times he was a colossal asshole.
oh my gosh! Like early on when he first came on the scene,
Yeah,
like not believing that, like believing someone was pranking him, and he was so arrogant.
yeah,
I could see, yeah. And
yeah.
this guy's like, I want Patty gone. If I were in that car, I would have punched Patty right in her head.
I would have just
And then
thrown her out the window that she
oh my gosh,
just
I was like, here
broke.
you go, here's dinner. Like, just totally
Yeah,
off the scent, you know?
let's slow him down.
Exactly.
Um, so Jade, wait a minute, tells her that it was her that he spent all the lifetimes with. All right, so the tree isn't coming fast enough. The cowboy takes down the plastic. Apparently, I've got my notes mixed up a little bit, but the tree is out. They send down the ladder. T goes up, but the thing is, the ladder isn't all that they think that it is.
No, because Sophia cut the rope when she was helping them in the diner.
Oh, she was
So,
helping them all right. Yeah,
yeah.
she was helping somebody,
Hmm.
but it wasn't them.
Yeah.
Um, let's see. I was praying that the rope wasn't, the rope was fraying
Yeah.
while Tabitha was on it. And I was like, please let Tabitha get up there. And then the sky goes dark. And this was really interesting because as long as we've been in From, which is only about a month, the sky has never gone dark in the middle of the day.
Yes. And then there was mention of that, and we'll get to that later, but Sophia just, when was it Elgin that asked why it got dark, or was it Clara? I think it was Elgin. I don't think Clara said a word.
Clara didn't say a word.
Yeah. But
Clara was just muscle.
Yeah.
So
it's dark, and then Sophia says, because we're getting close to the end. So.
Yeah. And so while calling for Jade and Tabitha, they hear the monsters. Boyd wants to go down into the tunnel. And I'm like, what the fuck, Boyd? What are you thinking, right? And so thankfully, they talked him out of that because he was even willing to go down there by himself.
He was going to jump down, yes.
Yeah.
He was getting ready to jump right down in the hole.
Yep. And I'm so glad he didn't. Everyone says no, and the monsters arrive, and Patty's freaking out and driving all of us crazy.
Yeah, I was so over her.
I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but she's probably going to get like hit over the head on Insta tonight or today. Probably it's already happening. So she's freaking out way too much. And the thing about it is like one of those dolls had grabbed her and pushed her face into the fire. Right. I kind of get why she's on edge. I really kind of get it.
She should have stayed back at Colony House. I don't know why she was there.
Yeah, I don't know either. So she says,
Jay said, Patty shouldn't have gone to the tree. I agree. Patty was still like, Patty was still recovering from her. She was recovering from her stint and at the lake, and she just didn't need to be there. There's no reason.
No, she didn't. So she says that they've made things worse and they'll get punished. And she calls Boyd a liar, which the thing about it is like, I'm surprised no one has said anything like that to him before that. Because
I don't know.
It's not like I think he's a liar. I just think that he's so intent on getting them all out of there that his plans don't work out. Every time he plans something goes wrong, right?
Yeah.
So Patty grabs Boyd's gun, which is always a hero move, and tries to shoot herself in the head, but ends up shooting out the window. So now they can't even enclose themselves in that van ever again. So the tree is abandoned and lightning ejects all the way up out of the hole, comes flying up out of the hole and into the clouds, and it thunders. And what a storm. So Doug is saying, I wondered why they would even bring Patty, a person who was wounded and somewhat hysterical and unpredictable. It seems like there were many more able-bodied people. Yeah, there were. Yeah. And Sky is saying he isn't a liar. He said he's trying to go home, and she's acting like a child, blindly placing all responsibility on Boyd.
And I agree with Nick. When I saw Randall tonight, I was like, where's Randall's scar? Like I couldn't barely notice. I don't even think I did notice Randall's scar.
I noticed something, but the thing about it, if we remember, things kind of heal fast because look at Ethan.
Yeah.
You know? So
and the boy and white, they both aged several
what's
years.
That?
The boy and white, they both aged several years in a matter of 1 month. So
well, it was because of the actors' strike and winter came.
Yeah. No, so, I get it.
Yeah. And winter came to From too. So over at the sheriff's office, Kenny rushes to get Victor out of the locked room. They stand in the doorway because the place is, shaking. Boyd walks in as Kenny is putting the station back together. Boyd says Victor was right. He should never have pulled that tree.
Mm-hmm.
And Acosta and Sarah come in saying they need to go back because the bones are still down there. And he told them that the bones were the keys. Boyd says they don't know how to use them, and the ones that do were in the tunnels and haven't come out. Boyd thinks that they're dead. Heard flares, hard flares. I don't know what that means. Says it's a hard. I don't know what that means. Says if alive. I don't
I'm
know
just
what
laughing
hard.
at you. I'm just laughing at you because you can't read your own notes. Keep going.
I don't know what that means. Hard flares. All right. Says if alive, they'd be here now. He wants a plan from them. We made the sun go down. It tore a hole in the sky with lightning. What can we do? Then the radio crackles. But on the other end, Jade was able to send that message, but then the radio died right after. But the main thing is that they have confirmation that they're still alive after all of that. So should we go over to the clinic?
Yeah, because that was crazy. I knew there were going to be deaths in this episode, but I
You
didn't.
did?
Well, I figured there would be. Like I just
Yeah.
knew. I kind of knew. I suspected Elgin would be a shoe-in to die, but I didn't know who else. I didn't really think beyond that, but I was not expecting her to die. So yeah.
Oh,
Poor Chris.
Marielle.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that either, but if you think about it, it would hurt the most. That's the death that would hurt someone the most because against all odds, she shows up there. I, no, she shows up. I'm trying to think, like, I had this thought. I was like, what if Marielle killed herself on the outside and that bus was filled with people that had recently died elsewhere and this was a purgatory type place they were going to?
Oh, I hadn't even thought about that because
I just thought about it.
Well, because I think these people are reincarnated. I get that. But I think that's what they are, reincarnated. I don't think that they die and then go there in purgatory. I think that they, I don't know.
But wait a minute.
I guess we'll end up seeing.
But think about this, right? They keep coming back. These people keep coming back, right? And they look different. What if this is purgatory? Every time they die,
then it's just lost, and it would piss me off. That I can't hope. I hope that's not it because then it's just lost.
Yeah, I know.
So I went. Nick says it when Smiley says "mommy," it was such a great line.
Yeah,
I was a little shocked that Fatima was not like, she drank the blood last week in the milkshake that Clara made her, right? Or whatever this remedy there. Clara made her. And I really thought it would have a bigger effect on her this week than it did. I was really expecting this week to like open with her truly transforming. Now we did see her transform to monster.
Yeah.
But like she's not uncontrollably. So I still don't know what the end game was and what the consequence is going to be for her drinking Sophia's blood. But I don't know what happened tonight was that.
I think I disagree, but I disagree. I think that between having Smiley in her, having given birth to that monster, and then getting the blood, like she was already off after the birth of that baby.
Yeah.
Or so-called baby, right? But I think what the blood did was pushed things along in a direction because, she is the monsters. So she gave her that blood, but there's a difference with Fatima because Fatima was like willfully made it happen. It seems like with the monsters, it's like when food comes close, they just morph. Like it just happens. They don't seem to be willful about it. And on top of it, she didn't turn inside with them. She turned to defend and protect everybody.
Right. Which I think in my mind,
Yeah, I think she is a hybrid, Nick. Sorry.
but I think Sophia's end game was to get her to not be a hybrid mix, to be a just full-fledged monster. And that's why she had Clara bring her that remedy that had her blood in it. So she drank the blood. My point is she did step up and she did turn to a monster, but when she did, she was protecting her people, the people that she came in there with, not like it had. I can only think that Sophia's intent was for her to be a full-fledged monster,
Yeah.
and she would not have saved her friends. She would not have she would
No,
not have like gone down in the tunnels and confronted the monsters herself so that her friends could get out of there.
yeah.
This might be another one of those things that the man in yellow or Sophia aren't anticipating, because I don't think whatever she did to Fatima worked.
No, well, not in the way that she wanted it. Like if that was how the monsters are made, I'm wondering now with all the iterations of the game if those people, like, because I'm thinking they're all dressed the same, same genre, right? That they were all turned at the same time. But now I'm thinking they weren't. They were probably turned in ones and twos. And that's how they've gotten to that number,
Possibly.
over the years. So is she going to be able to help them? That's what I'm wondering.
That's a good thought. Yeah. Because now, I mean, and are they sure they got all the talismans? Because we know that Tabitha has one on her, right?
Yep, she has one. And that was awful, like watching her go from building to building. I'm like, no, this is how it happens.
Yeah.
But she doesn't know that they're not all there.
Yeah.
It's not like she counted them.
Yeah.
And we don't see her walking into, I don't even know where that talisman came from, but we don't see her walking into a place looking for it and not finding it. But then again, Clara was also gathering them, and Clara might have known that there was one missing.
That's a good theory. I don't know. It's it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah.
And we have to wait a whole year.
What's that?
We have to wait a whole year.
Dude, probably more than that. Oh my gosh. I think let's see, metaphorically speaking, did Fatima become her own golem, protecting her loved ones, but eventually will turn on them, as in the legend of the golem?
Well, I hope not.
Maybe she was building that golem because something inside of her needed some level of protection against becoming completely evil.
Yeah.
Or a complete monster. But, like Doug is saying, the golem eventually goes down the wrong path,
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think Tabitha packed that in with the bones. I think Tabitha has that cave talisman.
Well, they have the talisman hanging up over the sheet and the cavern, right? They use.
I don't know if she grabbed it because they came in.
I'm gonna bet that she grabbed it.
I don't know. They pulled the sheet down, but we didn't see the talisman fall. But when they go down into the tunnels looking for them, they'll find the talisman, possibly.
Yeah.
All right. So let's hop on over to the clinic. So Marielle and Fatima are freaking out a bit, and they're closing the blinds, talking about those in the van. Marielle is calm because they need to hold their shit together. And I think that's what she said. Fatima wants to know what they are not telling her. Then sees Smiley. Oh, wait a minute. They're sitting there. And then Smiley comes in. Um, M,
But Fatima could see Smiley on his way in.
yeah,
She could
Fatima
see
could see
Smiley
Smiley
walking into the
coming.
clinic.
Yep. M says that the talisman is gone. And because after the earthquake, it falls
It
off
fell.
the wall and it falls on the floor, like under some kind of table that she's having problems getting in and getting it. And then he's in before she gets it, and they run into another room. He goes in and he says, "Mother, mom, Marielle gets a knife. He changes and opens her belly," which I was like, oh no, like a devastating belly wound. Like there's no coming back from this.
Yeah, it's
Like
pretty bad.
belly wounds were like the biggest cause of death in the Civil War.
I know.
So Fatima changes, out screams him, and he says, "Interesting," and leaves. And then Marielle understandably wants Christy. Christy and Ellis pull up and see Smiley leaving. Christy and Marielle know she's done, and they kiss, and Marielle dies. So there's our first death.
Yeah, it was. Chrissy took it very hard. I think.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't know what Christy's real name is, what the actress's real
Chloe
name is, but
Vanderfloot
did such a great job.
Oh
Such a
my
great job.
God. I wanted to make sure I mentioned that. If I wasn't so like hopped up on coffee when I was watching it, I probably would have been crying with her because it was so visceral. Her crying was
Yeah.
so visceral.
Yeah.
I could
Especially
just
when
feel
Boyd
it.
came in to comfort her. It's like she didn't really let go
Yeah.
until Boyd came in.
Yeah.
Because she cried, she was sad, but then when Boyd came in, she just it was over. But it was
Yeah.
such a good scene.
I mean, for all the, all his faults, their faults, everybody's faults, he's like the dad.
Yeah.
He is the glue,
He is. Yeah.
And we could have asked him about that yesterday. It's
Well,
like,
he did mention yesterday that he sees himself as kind of like the dad and the glue of the town because,
okay.
and he's, talking about military service. And he
Yeah.
did mention that he's kind of like, Boyd is kind of like the dad of the town. So,
Yeah. I mean, he is. He gets yelled at a lot, He must be the dad because he gets yelled at the most. But so everybody, you should be able to see it here on YouTube. We interviewed Harold yesterday. We had him for just over like 10 minutes, I think.
Yeah, 10 or 12 minutes.
It was
like that.
so fast. It was so fast.
It was so good.
Yeah, it was so good. But he seemed disappointed that we hadn't seen the episode.
Well, I guess he thought we had screeners, which we did not.
Well, of course, because I think that's probably why he thought, we were wanting to interview him.
Mm-hmm.
So at any rate, you can definitely see it here on YouTube. I'm trying to get it in other places, but I'm having problems moving it. But I will get it moved. So Randall is sitting on the clinic steps. Boyd approaches. Everyone at Colony House. Everyone else is at Colony House. Ellis comforts Fatima as she tells him what happened, and Boyd comes in. Christy cradles a dead Marielle as Boyd knocks and comes in, and Boyd hugs her as she cries. And it was gut-wrenching.
Yeah, it was really gut-wrenching. I would have to agree.
Randall, Boyd, Fatima, Ellis are outside when the thunder is sounding. It's a lot. And Randall asks, what the fuck did we do? The van pulls up and Sarah, Patty, Bhakta, and Acosta get out. Acosta updates Donna. I think that should be under Colony House.
Yeah.
It definitely is, because
Yeah.
Julie and Ethan think the worst has happened.
Yeah.
Because they're looking for their mother to get out of the van, and she's not in that van.
And I'm sorry I have to bring this up. I cannot help but wonder if the writers and hair and makeup for this show have been listening to all of the chatter and watching the memes of Julie's wig, because
I'm sure.
it was exceptionally wiggy tonight.
Yeah.
More
Well,
like the
it's the
wigs that I see.
humidity.
Well, I think they did it on purpose. I think that they made her, because she almost looked like the meme of her with the big, like, it was that, like, last week, the week before, she's got a wig on, but it wasn't really noticeable. This
Yeah.
episode, I was like, man, do they really not really know how to put on a wig on somebody? But
I don't know. Like, wigs can be really tricky on set.
yeah, I just think this was intentional. I think it was intentional.
Yeah, I don't know. What was I going to say?
Sorry,
I was thinking like her wig on a Roomba and like putting a face there.
Yeah.
That would be pretty special.
In the morning, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So Donna, Julie, Ethan, others are on porch watching the thunder. Donna and Julie try to comfort Ethan in the kitchen, and all the cabinets slam. That was fucked up.
Oh my gosh.
All of a sudden there was a poltergeist in there. The glass in the windows break. They cave and go to the parlor. Do you know why it's called a parlor?
Do I know why it's called a parlor?
Sometimes it's called the living room. Sometimes it's a parlor. Well, why it's called a living room?
So from where I'm from, a parlor is where you bring people in to meet them. Like, that's where you entertain. Your company is in the parlor. So I think it's a word I grew up with. I don't think twice about it.
Yeah. Well, parlor started when wakes and funerals used to be held in the main room, and it was called the parlor. So then as people moved toward a more modern sense of caring for the dead,
you're breaking up.
They're not doing it in.
I'm having a really difficult time.
I'm back. Are you there?
Now
I don't know where I went.
Yeah.
All right, I'm back. But that's why they call it the living room, because the dead used to depart through there.
Well, that makes sense, because I went to a funeral in Tennessee and the body was in the living room with fans on it. So
yeah. So parlor, French for to speak, a room where you
that also makes sense
with others. Could it be Jim? That's a good question, Joan. Could it be
Jim doing what? The poltergeist
slamming? Yeah, slamming. Like they were trying to get, like he was trying to get their attention.
Well, if it were Jim, what the hell, Jim? Because all he did was scare the hell out of Ethan. It's like, it was scary. I didn't find it comforting at all.
I know. I think he was trying to get, it was someone trying to get their attention. It didn't seem normal. It would have if they were like, oh God, and they ran out of there, on the porch outside, got struck by lightning. Then it would make sense, but that's not what happened. Someone was trying to push them out of the room. Instead, they just went into one of the parlors. And I wonder if it was Jim trying to get their attention. It's possible. Julie and Ethan, Julie trying to comfort Ethan because he's convinced that he's going to be the last one there and he'll be the new victor. And Julie assures him that they will look out for each other. But what about when she story walks? That's one question. What about when she story walks? And what if that doesn't happen?
Yeah, I don't know. I think, you know, last week when she was arguing with Tabitha, and she's like, and I thought I was story walking, but I was just giving myself um seizures. Like,
Yeah.
it almost felt like she was ready to believe that she really couldn't story walk. But I think when she was hugging Ethan, telling him that it was going to be okay, that she didn't know how, I think
Yeah.
she's probably understanding that I think she'll probably be story walking a lot next season. I don't know. Are you there? I think Liz is gone again. um yeah, I know. I think that was a really scary scene, and then them going outside. I think that,
She's going to have.
So Sky says she has to do
You
it
know,
again. We know it because she hasn't found Joe.
yeah. We know that she story walks more than that one time because she showed up in the picture of Sophia.
Yeah.
She's in that picture. And then Yellow Man says something, that he knows who she is. Like, here you are, and yeah, we know that she does because she hasn't found Jim yet.
Do we know for sure it was her in that picture with Sophia? Because I don't know that I'm convinced it was her in that picture.
I'm convinced. I'm convinced she was story walking and ended up in that picture. But we don't know what happened, and then we have a whole other season to find out what happened.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm wondering if my computer gets too hot. I don't know.
Wait, you should prop it up maybe and make sure it's not laying flat on your table. I'm not sure. I'm not convinced that was Julie in that picture.
That's okay. We can
we'll
agree to
find out. I'm
disagree.
sure we'll end up finding out, but I'm not convinced that that's her.
Well, Sky doesn't think it was her. I don't know if everybody else wants to weigh in on that and tell us what you think. So now truly back at the clinic, the van gets out. Sarah, Patty, Bhakta, Acosta get out. Oh, wait a minute. No, not there. They're not at the clinic.
I love that theory, Sky, that Elgin is going to become a Father K or Tom apparition to Julie. I love that thought.
That would be amazing.
Yeah,
that would be amazing.
I think that would be, if that's the case, then I'm okay with Elgin's death.
Yeah. I mean, that was awful.
It was, yeah.
But I don't know if you guys know, but Elgin's father is a pastor. So when Elgin was praying, I was like, oh, these are probably things he learned from his dad and, when he was worshiping, that sort of thing. So they bring out Marielle's body. Boyd arrives and they put her in the cart. And I'm like, that damn cart.
and there was Randall to save the day, just wheeling that cart away.
I know, like all I see is Mrs. Lou in that cart.
Yeah.
By the way, we're going to be interviewing Liz Moy, Mrs. Lou, in a couple weeks.
Awesome.
So we just have to set a date. Boyd brings Ellis and Fatima inside. Christy comes in, tells them about the radio signal, and he's going in the tunnels by himself.
Yeah.
Fatima and Ellis say they are going. Fatima says she can sense the monsters, so she's going, because he was like, no, you're not going. No one's going. I'm going by myself because I'm Boyd and I'm expendable.
Yeah, and Ellis is like, if they're both injured, how are you going to get them out by yourself? Like, it was very it was it made sense. Like it didn't make
Well,
sense for Boyd to go down by himself.
I mean, Ella should have said, "Take Kenny with you." After all the memes, it would have been funny if he had said that.
It would
"Take
have
Kenny
been.
with
It
you."
would have been. But I mean, I think it was a good thing for Boyd and Ellis to do it together.
Yeah. So Boyd, Ellis, Fatima go into the tunnel, and I'm going back to those notes, which are over here.
There you
Wow,
go.
I didn't even take a picture of my notes this week, but I also got spaghetti sauce on them too, because I finally went to the Italian kitchen and I got meatballs and I got the eggplant parm and I got the scala bread.
Oh my goodness, you got everything.
Dude, it has been wonderful all weekend, but I ate the meatballs too fast. I wish I'd gotten more. They're really good meatballs, but they're like $2 a piece. So you got to have a few of them, right? So let's see. Boyd, Ellis, and Fatima enter the tunnel. Jade and Tabitha continue digging, not going fast enough. So the thing about it, Jade and Tabitha entered where the tree is. Why?
Right.
I'm not sure. Remind me if there's a reason why they didn't try to enter where the tree had been.
I don't know
Because,
that it was discussed, but they could tell that they weren't in that spot because
no, because they went to the regular opening.
I mean, maybe that's
I
it would
mean,
make sense that if they were still alive and they couldn't get up through that hole, that's where they would head to that regular
yeah,
opening. So
yeah.
that kind of makes sense. I didn't question that at all.
Well, I mean, if they were still alive, like they don't know if they're dead or alive. Like they could have gone back to that hole where the tree was and yelled down, but they go in the same hole or entrance exit where Tabitha and Victor came out. And I think that was in season 3. I could be wrong. I know they spent a lot of time traveling to and from work together when they were filming those scenes. Let's see. So they are in there. They still have to be found. Wait a minute. Let's see. Went through. Jade signals with the battery and it dies. They don't know if the signal went through and they'd still have to be found. Jade's giving up. Like and this is when, and then Tabitha's optimistic and they start digging under the bars. She thanks him for letting her go up the ladder first. And he says, you know what? They say women and children first. We've already done that. Sorry, guys. Boyd, Ellis, and Fatima enter the tunnel. Jade and Tabitha continue digging, not going fast enough. Jade says they need the shovels. Tabitha says to use the bones, which I was really surprised that she said that. What did you think about that?
I think it made sense. Well, first of all, why didn't they try to kick them down? I agree
Yeah.
with that comment that was made earlier. But using the bones to dig out, I honestly, it felt a little ritualistic to me, right? Maybe it's part of the ritual. It felt like it was the right thing to do.
It did feel like it was like the right natural thing to do. Use the bones.
Yeah.
Maybe the bones were there to actually save them and maybe not what they're wanting to do with them.
Yeah.
The 3 are in the tunnels and Fatima stops because the monsters are near. One of them screams and they go on. Jade, it's hard to believe this is real. Tabitha looks at one of the skulls and says, this is our daughter. And you can see where the injury is. They hear the screaming, as do the other 3. Fatima says they know where they are. So Jade kicks the wooden bars, and then Boyd, Ellis, and Fatima hear him kicking the bars. And maybe if they kicked them sooner, they would have been heard sooner. They bang in the bars. They bang on the bars. Boyd shoots the bars. They get out with the bones, and Fatima says they're here. And so everyone goes while Fatima stays back. She's going to buy them time and tells them to remember who she was. Like, she doesn't want to be remembered as this monster.
Right,
So
right.
we don't know if Fatima is the third death. We don't know.
She's not dead in this episode. She did change, though.
She changed. What does everybody think? Does everyone think that Fatima lives or dies? Like, you know, let us know in the comments. But yeah, like, she does change, like, and it was weird because, like, she turns around, like, she becomes one of them.
Yeah.
And faces them.
Even in the diner, when Smiley comes in and she's screaming back at him.
Yeah.
She is screaming like a monster.
Yeah.
Doesn't have the monster face, but the sounds coming out of her mouth are just like the monsters. So much so that when she bent down and tried to help Muriel, she said, "Get away from me." She was like, she didn't want her help.
Yeah, she was probably freaked out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fatima monsters up like a superhero, and Boyd has to drag Ellis away. Finally, Ellis is showing a little bit of backbone there, not wanting to leave his girl, you know?
Yes.
Let's see. We talked about that. All right. So let's see. Let's go on to Henry. Henry's having a time. Yeah. You know, I wonder, I mean, it's always like the nicest one, I think, sometimes that ends up turning bad. I mean, we don't know that she's bad, but she's turned into a monster.
I don't think she's bad.
Yeah.
I think Sophia intended for her to be bad, but I think that she has a stronger bond with the friends, and I don't think that Sophia's blood has the same effect on her as it did like on Clara or on now Henry. I think she was the man in yellow banks on a lot of things.
Yeah.
Being status quo, and I think this is one of them.
Yeah, because I don't think she took into account Fatima's like inner light. Like,
Nick just said she can. That's probably not where you were going, but Nick just said she can walk in the daylight.
Yeah, so she can. Yeah,
she's a monster, but she can walk in the daylight, and I'm gonna guess that she can walk past the talisman if they had any. But
yeah, I know if they knew where they were. Yeah. They're not going to find them for a while. Because, like, the thing is, with Sophia dumping them down the faraway tree, they've just gone somewhere, and who knows where they've gone. Exactly. And I was thinking about that. I was like, they may, whoever lives in, whoever is there playing the game at any given time may or may not find the talismans. So it could be a really short game or it could be a long game, right? And this has been a game that's been going on for a couple of years, 3 years. And the talisman are what prolonged this whole game. And my bet is that it was probably the boy in white that gathers the talisman, puts them someplace in hopes that someone finds them, right? He's the one that gets them the livestock. He's the one that planted the garden. Like, he's the one that does those things, like power pills when you're playing a video game, getting a recharge and that sort of stuff. That's what he's done. I think once she has turned all the way, it's over. I think Sophia thought she would turn all the way before getting into the tunnels to help. I think this means she is dead, and now her golem will start to work. I don't want her to be dead. All right. So since we're switching over to Henry,
Okay.
Joan says Henry reminds her of Abby, believing this is a dream and killing will wake them up. Like,
I was so shocked when, first of all, when he found the bullets, cleaning up
yeah,
like, so he obviously didn't want to see Victor. Um, was cleaning up the room and found those 3 bullets.
yeah,
Asked Donna what they were for, and then just went to the town and found them, which was kind of crazy. why
yeah.
didn't Boyd lock it up? But that was kind of, and when he was talking about his anchor, I never thought that he would try to kill Henry. I did not think that that was going to happen.
You never thought what?
I've never thought he was going to try to kill Victor. I didn't think that that would
Oh,
happen. I thought he was going to try to kill himself. But when he pulled the gun on Victor, I was like,
yeah,
what the hell? So
I know. I didn't see. I think this is kind of like a great little side quest. Like if it's a game, like if you're playing a video game, all
yeah,
right, so you find the bullets. Then you have to
then you
find the
have to go
gun. So
find
you
the
go to
gun.
a place where there's going to be a gun, and then you find the gun, and then you go back,
Yeah.
right? And
Yep.
the thing about it is that that blood, I think, was giving him those visions of, you know, trying to get him to do what Sophia or the yellow
Right.
man in yellow wanted him to do.
Oh, and he's
Like,
screaming at Victor, telling him, "You have a son. You know, you like you. This is a dream. This isn't real." Which is kind of exactly what Abby said, right before Boyd had to kill her. She had a
yeah,
gun. She was like complete, like it was
this isn't real.
whatever the man in yellow put inside of Henry's
Henry,
head was the same thing he did with Abby.
yeah, I think that that's exactly what explains why Abby went a little nuts. And like the whole change has been kind of slow, like for us watching it on screen. It's not like it was, you know, a complete flip, like an immediate flip. Like
Yeah.
it was like he had to formulate what was going on. He had to have those visions. And um, it's interesting. Like some people have said that his son was being played by the boy in white, but to me, it didn't look, when I really looked, it didn't look like the boy in white. Um, so it's just like, I think that they have to get rid of Victor in order for the next game to be set up.
Possibly.
And maybe it's always happened that someone is left behind. Like if there's a child is left behind. And I don't know, becomes a part of that place in some way. Or, you know, it's you can understand why what's his name is freaked out about being, Ethan is freaked out about being the last one there.
Right. Yeah.
It's easy to understand that
Yeah.
fear, especially, you know, since Tabitha didn't get out of that van. So he's in his room. Donna checks in. Donna says that it's turning dark in the middle of the day. This is new. He wonders all this can be real. She tells him to go to the sheriff's station and check in on Victor. The room is torn apart, so he decides to write it first, and then he picks up the empty can of peaches that has 3 bullets in it and asks why Victor has bullets. And Donna says that he used it, like very nonchalantly, that he used to carry a gun in his lunchbox. Remember those days? Remember, like, I think Jim found it and he was like, "Stay away from my family."
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
She tells him the gun is at the sheriff's station, and he flashes back to the vision. Victor says, once you accept that this is a dream, it will provide you with everything that you need. Bullets, check. Gun, check. It's all falling into place, right?
Yes.
Donna tells him to go see Victor at the sheriff's office. And he goes and gets the gun. Kenny comes in and he leaves. And then back at Colony House, he loads the gun when Victor comes in and tells him today was scary. Like he's looking to be comforted by his dad, and his dad is like someplace else in his mind, right? And asks why he's in there alone. And Henry says he's thinking. Victor asks if he's done. Something's wrong. Like he's trying to get some comfort from his dad, and it's just not happening because Henry was happy before, which he was. In, Victor thinks he's ruined things, like he's ruined things, not
Right.
Henry. And Henry pulls out the gun and says it was never real. And this is when the blood that's coursing through his veins starts acting up. And he needs to go back and then Victor begs him to come back. Victor says something here lied to you, as Henry points the gun. Just as he's about to shoot, Ethan comes in.
Swoops in.
Yeah, and I thought Ethan was going to get shot, which he would heal in a couple of episodes, so it would be okay. And this is when Victor takes the opportunity to tackle him and knocks away the gun. Victor wants to know why Henry would do this.
And Henry, I don't know. I really thought that Henry would be stronger and decide to kill himself, not just go right for Victor. That shocked me right there.
Yeah.
And then I think I was watching it and I said out loud to my daughter, if they kill Victor, I'm done. Like,
would you really be?
I'm probably not, but I would have been so pissed. But I really thought it was going to be him. And again, this episode was good, but there's still so many like loose ends. Like I know we have to wait till next season, and that's the whole purpose of a season finale. But
yeah,
they could have given us a little bit more.
I think to me, a lot of it was shocking. The deaths were shocking. I mean, why did it have to be Marielle? Why couldn't it have been Patty?
I think Marielle is going to also be one of those characters that come back in a different vision, like a different form. Either as a vision, like the Father K type thing. I think both Elgin and Marielle will come back like that. I think that I don't think that they're done with the show. I think they'll end up here, and I could be wrong, but I really think they'll come back.
It's interesting because it's like people die and they don't really die. Yeah. Or they're not gone. Let's just say they're not gone. Sky was saying the same thing, that she would have been done. She's watching the show for Boyd, Donna, and Victor. You got to hold on for the other two if one goes, like I was thinking that Donna didn't have that big of a season. Like we didn't see tons of her, but we did see her. She was front end loaded. Like she was the one that was out at the lake, and she had a couple of big episodes then, and then after that it was really kind of light, which I did not like. So I'm just making my death list. It was Elgin, Marielle, and maybe Fatima. All right.
I don't know that Fatima's going to die though.
I don't think she's going to die either.
I don't think she's going to die.
I don't think so either. I think that you are correct. So let's go to the diner. Let's go get some pancakes. What happened to the days when pancakes were the thing to go to the diner for?
What I find so odd is that for the majority of the time that they've been there, there's never been an instance when it's just been one or two people in the diner and nobody else around. I mean, I know people are digging up trees and they have a lot going on, but still, you would think that there would be someone in that diner. And it's just Sophia, Clara, and now Elgin. So
yeah, I don't know. I wonder. I don't like if the energy was keeping them away, Sky says, I was chatting with my sister. She said Marielle talking about the stuck soul so much this season will make her show up in some form.
Yeah.
I mean, I do kind of think that their souls probably do get stuck. But I do think that Boyd is hallucinating Father Cautry. Marielle's death will drive Christy's character in season 5. Christy will be forced to consider Fatima being responsible. And as the town erupts into two factions, choices will need to be made. Why would Fatima be responsible?
Because Fatima was there.
She was there.
And possibly.
And that drew Smiley in? Maybe.
Yeah, possibly.
I mean, you know, she is mother. Or I'm watching Call the Midwife, so Mater or Mater.
I don't think I've seen that one.
You haven't seen it yet?
No.
Okay. That could definitely happen. Because I mean, the whole point is to turn people against each other so that they rip each other apart, you know? Because this is the best part of the whole thing, when they rip each other apart. All right. Okay. So Sky and I are on the same page about Father Cautry. All right. So we're in the diner. Sophia offers Elgin the chance to go home if he helps her. But the thing about it is that if she was going to send anyone home, like, wouldn't she have sent home somebody by now?
You know, your guess is as good as mine, because it seems like an old trope at this point. Because it's like the promise that's made to everyone, but nobody's going home.
Yeah. I mean, like how often when we watch this in movies and shows and someone makes a promise like that, and it's always like sealed in blood, but then you have to read the fine print. You're going home, but you're going home in a body bag.
Well,
you know, you're going home, but you're going to be mentally insane because of all the things you saw here. You're going home, but you're going to be a serial killer because you have bloodlust now. Like all these, you know, it's kind of like, please define going home succinctly so I know exactly what I'm getting.
Why doesn't Sky's like, Claire should realize she is still there and the man in yellow is a liar.
I know, that's the whole thing. I think she's more afraid of dying than saying, you know what, I'm not going to do this to people.
Yeah.
But we don't have any idea what Clara's backstory is. All we know is that she lives at Colony House and she had a bicycle that some man that was just, you know, high stole on her.
Yeah.
You know,
that's it. That's her whole identity.
Yeah. It would have been funny if when he took it, if she was like, well, then can I have your autograph? Like, because supposedly like he was a wonderkind. People knew who he was, you know? Clara should never get to go home. She should be there forever alone now. We are sentencing her.
I think making a deal with Sophia only seals your fate to die. I don't think that it means anything. I don't see Sophia being someone with that type of conviction to keep a promise that they made to somebody. I don't see that happening.
I don't see that happening either. You know, what would be funny is if they win the game, right? And at the end, Yellow Man is packing his bag and he puts Clara's shirt in there.
Oh.
Because she's wearing, in that picture, she's wearing that shirt.
That does look very similar, I must say.
And I'm like, why aren't more people screaming about that? I noticed it that first night. It wasn't until later with subsequent watchings that I noticed that it looks like Julie is there.
But I don't think it's Julie. And I think the dress is very similar.
Yeah.
But I just don't think it's Julie.
Yeah.
Even with a
So
good wig or a bad wig, it didn't look like her.
yeah. So what did Clara do with Elgin's body? That's the $64,000 question.
No one knows.
Yeah. So let's see. She she says it's dark outside because they're close to the end. So apparently this has happened before. It gets very messy at the end. When Elgin gets up, Clara blocks him. She makes him take her hands and ask him if he'd like to accept her bargain. And he starts praying
Yep.
because like they were sitting there and she asked him and he said no. And so she kills him because he won't break.
She
I have
has some
no,
superpowers there, though. Just holding
yeah,
on to his hands till he bleeds. Yeah, that's good.
yeah, yeah. I have no idea how Julie shook her mouth. Oh, how Julia, not Julie. If you noticed after she killed him, one side of her mouth twitched while she smiled. Did you notice that?
I did not. I did not.
Try to make one side of your mouth
I
twitch.
can't.
I can't either.
I
To
can't.
me, it was like this involuntary twitch, right?
Yeah.
Um, all right. Sky said it looks like Tian Chen's dress, but with short sleeves. Um, I think that was the show trolling fans. It's their way of saying, okay, sorry about Tilly's body not being answered, but is that better? Um, did you guys notice her mouth twitch? It was like she's smiling, and this was just like twitching, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. Whether or not she meant it, it was after she killed Elgin. Um, let's see. I have no idea how Julia shook her mouth like that. It was like a spasm. Like, I mean, we all have them. I get them up in my eye, like my eyebrows and stuff in my eyes. And the sun is out. She tells Claire to get rid of the body. She grabs the talisman and leaves the diner. And so that's when we see them walking, or see her walking around from building to building collecting talismans, right?
Yep.
She takes the talisman from the church. She goes to the sheriff's office and takes the talisman. And I wonder what would have happened if she had run into anybody while she was doing that, if she would have killed them or not. I know. I watched it twice. I think that if I go back, I'm surprised I only watched it twice. I used to watch it 3 times. But I bet if I go back, you know what? I think that's what's wrong with my note taking. My notes have felt off all season. And I think it's because I only watched it twice. I would go back through a second time and I would augment my notes. Damn it. Of course I realize it on the last episode. All right.
Well, at least now you know, right?
Now I know. She goes to the bar and gets the talisman. Clara meets her on the porch with the rest of them and gives them to Sophia, and then Sophia walks off. Like they have these nice little tote bags filled with talismans.
That's crazy.
Sophia is in the woods and she meets the boy in white. He tells her that they have the bones, like updating her on the game. Like, did they has anyone else ever gotten this far before?
I think we've established that they have not.
And is the bones getting the bones is serious stuff. And she says, but the bottle tree is gone. So the bones and the bottle tree go together. So there's something with the bones and the bottle tree. What do you guys think? Like, I haven't had time to think about it, but that's why the boy in white was saying that the tree was important.
Well, and also, I don't know, the tree, I don't know. I'm interested to hear what everyone else has to say. I don't
All
know.
right.
I'm interested. What?
All right.
Because skedaddle children.
Yeah.
They need to take the bones through the tree to get to the Lake of Tears.
That's what it is. That must be it.
Yep.
That must be it, because the Lake of Tears, like when they showed the map, there was the lake they knew about, but that's not the Lake of Tears. And that was fairly close. That was like a day's walk.
Mm-hmm.
But the Lake of Tears was way up at the top. Like there was a lot of woods in between the two lakes. And in between, there will be so many things that will be there to stop them. And it makes me wonder if they go as a group to find the Lake of Tears, or
I think at this point they should all just stick together. I don't think
that's
anyone
what I'm
needs to be
thinking
alone.
too.
I think we're this close to the end game.
Yeah.
I need someone to figure out that Sophia is the man in yellow. I need someone to figure that out. Because it's gone too far.
Yeah, it has gone very far. So, because like I'm thinking, like if they can't find a way to teleport themselves to the Lake of Tears, then they have to traverse through all those woods, which they'll get picked off one by one and may not make it. Whereas if they had the bottle tree, only a couple of them have to go. Like they could take 2 bags. So Jade and Tabitha go through the bottle tree. And then there's 2 of them to do what needs to be done.
That sounds like a good hypothesis. Sky says the spiders are going to be there to terrorize. Probably.
Yeah, that leaves me. I'm not going then. I'm not going to go through the bottle tree.
I mean, it would be great if they could find a way to utilize the few talismans that they have left. Like, it'd be great if the RV were running and they could just all hop in the RV and everyone stay together.
Yeah.
Does the bus still run? They can drive the bus.
No, that it has a big flat tire. Remember, Donna shot the tire.
Oh, that's right.
You know, they could, like, if they only have one talisman, maybe they have 2, who knows? But if they only have one, then they will have to stay in the same house or the same building, whatever is the biggest, which might be the clinic.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know, there'll be a lot of camping out. Talismans need to go. The safety umbrella needs to go. The tree wasn't natural design. It was created from the hope of the kids, from the sacrificial murder. There are still faraway trees. There is a faraway tree because she threw the talismans in there.
There's a couple of trees. I don't think there's just one. I think there's wherever they're walking, and they've come across several. I don't know how many they've come across, but they like Sky says, they all need to live in Colony House. I 100% agree. They all should be living in the same.
I forgot. I was like, I'm sitting here thinking, if only there was a big enough house to house them all. I forgot about Colony.
Because my thought is, what if they can find something that they can drive to the different places and keep the talisman inside? Nobody ever has to get out of the vehicle. But
well, you know what? I wonder, like, because like they drive around like they have unlimited gas, you know, like like the van, which, you know, bigger vehicle takes a lot of gas. The truck takes a lot of gas. The what's the other one? What's the other one they have?
Ambulance.
The ambulance takes a lot of gas. You know, the bottles with the notes have gone. So if they fail this cycle, it may just make things harder for the next. The game gets harder for the boy in white. And then the boy in white, I wonder, like, suppose Ethan was the last one left, right? And so it starts all over again. The boy in white has been there with Victor. And as long as Victor could remember, the boy in white was young, right? But then, kids grow.
Right.
And so, the actor strike delaying the show really kind of helped with things in that, like, because they were filming during the fall and winter.
Yeah.
And that was the reason why the boy in white had changed. And so I wonder how, because like Victor knew, well, Victor didn't have anything to share because his cycle was a failure. And he offered very little as far as like, first you have to do this, you have to go up the lollipop tree, go across the rope bridge, and then climb up to the second floor of the peppermint building, get to the roof. When you get to the roof, grab the parachute and sail across to the other building. Like, he didn't have any of that information.
Yeah.
But Ethan, if Ethan's the last one, will have some of that information.
Yeah.
But wouldn't it be something if Ethan is the last one and Julie story walks in and out? Like, she's dead, but she's story walking.
Yeah.
Sarah,
I truly believe that they are going to get out. I think that it's whatever they're doing is going to work. That's what I think.
They better not show up in purgatory. That's for sure.
That's what I said. That it would just be lost.
They just better not be.
It's just lost.
And it took me forever to figure that out. All right. So there's a bunch. Sarah and Boyd use one. Victor and Ethan find one that Victor never saw before. And this one that we saw today with Sophia seemed to be in a different spot. Someone pointed out that the boy in white looked younger today than he did last week. Anyone think that too? No. I didn't think so. I think he looked the same. But you know what? Given that he has limited scenes this season, I bet they filmed that scene way back in the beginning.
Possibly.
So that could have been a scene that they filmed earlier so that he may have changed in a month, or like they probably filmed over 4 or 5 months. And, kids at that age, they change a lot, and he could have changed. And that's why we saw him looking different earlier in the season. Right. But, they could have filmed that scene far either. Did you, when you saw Sophia, or the man in yellow, Sophia, connect with, meet up with the boy in white, did you see that old Looney Tunes cartoon where the two animals are punching out of work at the end of the day?
No, but maybe I have seen that, because it definitely, I got that vibe that they were like meeting at the end of the day, and the boy was like, they've gotten further this time than they ever have before. It's like, oh, it's so crazy.
Yeah, they were talking shop, and he wasn't afraid of her. She wasn't bothered by him. I think dying there puts you in purgatory, but the lake of tears will release the souls so that they can take them with us when we go. Jade said that. You take them with you when you go.
Case,
when they go.
Lost,
What?
If that's the case, like, dying there puts you in purgatory, but the lake of tears will release your soul. Well, I guess it would be only the people that died there would release their soul. So I was thinking, like, everybody that's there, that
everyone that's ever died there.
Lost, yeah. No, I think there's a difference between people who have died there and the people who are there right now. Yeah.
I want to be one of those extras on that day. They definitely came across as opposing siblings when it showed the boy in white and Sophia. I don't want to go all lost because people don't like the comparisons, but they are very sun and moon characters.
Wow.
And the thing is, like, boy in white, man in yellow. I mean, yellow means to slow down, right?
Yeah.
Or you think of the Van Gogh painting, the poppies. Marielle says the souls are trapped, so when they get out, they can take them with them. You know, we we never got a lot from Marielle about her
No,
time being chained up.
we didn't get enough. And it's like, again, I think there's so many concurrent storyline. I mean, it's all the same story. It's everyone's trying to get out of this place, but at the same
Yeah,
time, there's so many concurrent storylines going on. It's. I just think that some of them get lost in the cracks, and it's like whatever is not as important gets not covered. And now she's dead. So what are we gonna do?
yeah.
Unless she decides to open up and have a therapy session post mortem. So it's like I don't.
Well, maybe this is the thing. Maybe she comes back to Christy and says, "Look, this is what I saw. Like now I can tell you. Like it all makes
Possibly.
sense to me now." You know?
Yeah.
But they all like Sky, they all had different she says we will get that from Randall and the three of them had different experiences. Um
I don't know.
in Sophia's room is a wooden ibis moon reference, and Clara wears a moon pendant. She does. The boy in white only shows up in the day. Many examples of celestial sun and moon opposites, the talisman has them opposing.
Good. That's a good point.
Yeah, very good point.
Very good point.
Ah, I don't know. You know, we had Nathan Simmons with us Friday night, and we were
He was great.
supposed to.
He was so
He is.
good.
I love him.
You should have had him back on tonight.
I did ask him,
Oh, did you?
but like with finales, you know, they're usually very busy doing stuff. I think after seeing this, what do we predict for next season?
So maybe we'll find out, Sky, who made the talismans. I felt that the episode tonight ended way too quick. When it ended, I'm like, what? That's it? I thought it was going to be longer. Number one.
Did you think it was going to be the 90 minutes?
I did for some reason. I just think because we had talked about it and someone had mentioned it. I didn't look it up to see if that was the case, but
MGM had to come out and say that it was 48 minutes because the rumor was so rampant.
Yeah.
They had to come out and do that.
And I didn't see, like, I was trying not to know spoilers. I was trying, really hard not to look at anything online about it before the episode. So I didn't see that. But I was hoping we would get a little further than we did tonight. I mean,
yeah,
I was expecting some deaths. We got those. Like I said, I knew Elgin was a goner. Although I thought that Sophia would just transform into Elgin and start walking around as Elgin. And
I thought so too. Huh?
But the other thing too, Sophia didn't take anything from Elgin after she killed him and told Claire to get rid of the body.
Yeah.
And usually the man in yellow keeps something like a tooth or something from the people.
He didn't take a tooth. So you're right.
Anything. Yeah. And I agree, Jay. I thought there would be a more dramatic cliffhanger than there was. It was a good episode. It was a great episode.
Yeah.
I think I was expecting a little bit more, but and I
agree with Nick that I do think that the season sets up a lot of stories for next season.
Yeah.
And I mean, if we're thinking about it, like how can we basically take all these lines and converge them in some way into, because I think maybe there would be three main prongs to get through this story. I loved the episode too,
Yeah, I
Sky.
did too. Yeah, I thought it was a great episode. It wasn't
But
the 90 minutes I was expecting.
I was so happy when I thought it was 90 minutes.
Yeah,
Remember how like The Walking Dead would have extended finales?
yeah.
And I loved
I
that.
think we got
Like,
spoiled. Maybe I
yeah,
don't know. We're
we have been
just like when
really
I see a
spoiled.
movie at the show, if I don't get an after credit scene, I feel like I'm gypped. Like,
I know. Once they started doing
yeah.
that,
Like, what do you mean there's no after credit scene?
you know what?
Um,
I can't remember, but it feels right. Like we had a crew picture at the end of The Exorcist, and I think it shows up in the credits.
oh, that's cool.
Yeah, like it's just a big crew picture. Like you'd never see me. It's kind of like I would know where I am, but I don't think you would know where you are. I don't know
I
why I'm
think
trying
that
to
is
keep
a
my nickels
very
up.
that's a great beginning of a scary movie. Is that picture, and then you zoom in on one person, and then
Yeah,
it starts.
yeah, I am that scary movie.
um,
Elgin prayed to God before, therefore, I think Sophia could not
oh,
use
that's
him.
really
Elgin may be back as an angel like Khatri.
yeah. I can see that. I can see that. But the one thing though, when when Elgin was praying, I didn't. There wasn't that much of a how do I want to articulate this? I really would have expected more of a reaction from Sophia because he was praying while she was killing him. But it was like she was very non-reactive. You know what I mean? Um,
Yeah, because I don't, maybe her non reaction, well, is just that it doesn't involve her.
it didn't phase like the praying didn't phase her,
Yeah,
but but then um, Alice saying that, or I'm with Alice said, Elgin maybe because he was praying, Sophia couldn't use the body. I don't know. Yeah.
yeah, it was
But yeah,
consecrated.
Sky. Elgin did say stay strong. Elgin could have given in and could have said, I agree. Even just to play devil's advocate and say I'm
Yeah,
agreeing and then not really agree, but
but he couldn't.
yeah. And then
Yeah,
May's like, I think you're right. That it's building towards the town tearing itself apart.
they have a
Um,
bag of bones. Sophia's going to be wanting those bones too.
yeah.
But I want, well, wait a minute. No one's ever gotten that far. So no one's ever gotten the bones. So now
Right.
this becomes like we've gone to another level in this video game.
Mm-hmm.
We've got to save the princess. The fear will
Yeah.
turn to hate as our side tries to solve the mystery.
Yeah.
But I don't
So
want to
Sky,
see
I
them
think
start
you're right.
fighting.
Maybe she did make fun of him a little bit. Kind of mocked him a little bit, but not to the extent that I would have thought.
Yeah,
And I really thought that, well, she wasn't angry that he didn't agree. She was just like, okay, well, fine, whatever. Give me your hands.
yeah,
And I'm like, don't. Two things. When Elgin stood up and turned around, and then Clara was there and just said no, he could have really pushed past her and ran outside.
yeah,
That's number one. Um, and then when Sophia said, give me your hands, I'm not going to ask again. I wish he would have just sat on his hands.
yeah.
just not giving in.
Because, like,
Uh,
the thing about it is, like, he knows he's a goner. I think he was looking for the least amount of pain because, like, that's what most of us fear is being in pain. That's what
yeah.
scares the crap out of us. And so, him giving her his hands, I think he thought would mitigate that.
And
You
then
know,
just
like,
started praying because he knew he was dead. Yeah.
yeah,
And I'm wondering how his absence is going to be noticed in the next, like,
yeah,
because again, everybody's all doing their own thing all the time.
yeah.
Be really easy to not notice that somebody's been gone for a couple of days,
I know. And it's kind of funny. The town will look like what the fan base is looking at the moment, very divided.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Will they be divided?
I think that they can't be. If they're going to beat this thing, they're going to have to come. There's going to have to be a come to Jesus moment where they all are like, okay, we are in this together. Nobody leaves anybody's side. Maybe Elgin disappearing will be the catalyst for that. It's like knowing that the monsters, especially if they find out they don't have talismans anymore. Like,
Yeah.
I'm wondering if somebody else is going to die the first episode of next season, because maybe
They
they
don't
probably
realize.
walk into their houses and don't even look at the talismans, right?
Yeah. They assume it's there.
Right.
And the thing is, like, the colony house has a talisman. So they have to go up there.
Sorry, there's a motorcycle out in front of my house, so I put on my mute really quickly. There's a very loud.
Oh, couldn't hear it.
Okay.
So
good.
Maze is saying, how do you convince Patty that a bag of bones is going to save them?
Patty needs to, you know what? I think they need to sacrifice Patty. That's horrible to say, but
Maybe she walks into one of those houses,
it killed
doesn't
Patty and Claire,
realize
and then
there's a
powwow on
talisman
how to
there.
get out. Yeah. Patty's got to go.
Kill Patty and Clara, then powwow and how to get out. Like, if I bet Clara, we did not see Clara until episode 9.
Exactly.
I bet we see a ton of Clara. I know that Katerina Bolius has been really busy with her own side stuff that she does. Like, she's been doing really well. So maybe she was unavailable a lot of this season.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that that's the case. I think maybe the writers just, after talking to Harold on Sunday,
Yeah.
or no, yesterday. Today is Sunday. Yesterday was Saturday. He mentioned something about how the writers knew, like, they mapped out the entire series. So they have known all along what's going to happen. So I don't know that Claire, I think that Clara was probably pinned as the mole, but maybe they purposely kept her away out of our sight because we weren't paying attention to the character.
But I know that they have made adjustments along the way because Victor was supposed to die.
Yeah, true.
And didn't die. So my thought is that she is going to be far more prevalent coming up because she's made a deal with the devil.
Yeah. Oh, so Sky Sepically said that they said they didn't know Clara would be that. Oh, I did see one thing over the weekend too. I guess there was a Reddit.
There was.
And the writers were on there and they're like,
yep,
Eloise is dead. They were just like flat out. somebody asked about Eloise and they were just like, R.I.P. She's dead.
Yeah. I was talking to Liz Moy when that was going on, and she was so upset because she couldn't figure out Reddit because she wanted to watch it or be there or whatever, and she couldn't figure it out and couldn't get in. So I was like,
I didn't know about it, or I would have probably jumped on, but
I did know, but I didn't care because I can't figure out Reddit.
I love Reddit. Reddit's like, I live on Reddit. I really do. So,
I don't know. I don't know how to use it. I've tried a little bit, but
yeah, Reddit's a great thing.
So I hear
Reddit and Substack. Those are my go-tos.
Substack's another
one. I want to know about anything, I go to Reddit or Substack. That's it.
Maybe it's that format I just can't get into, But like I do know, like I can't think of her, but a political commentator. She has so many subscribers that she's a historian, and she's a millionaire historian now because of Substack.
That's crazy. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Who said you can't make money with a humanities degree?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So let's see. Yes. Let's see. Did Claire know about the talisman beside the red door in the basement? I hope not. I'm with Alice. Sky says yes. And I think how Eloise died is going to be important. Sky says it was a live chat, no cameras.
Okay.
May said Man in Yellow is a psychological threat. Yep. She will go physical when she has to, but she prefers the manipulations. I agree. I think she loves being the puppet master.
Yeah,
Um,
that's true.
yeah. And I'm with you. We were proud of Elgin denying her. She is all illusions and lies.
Yeah.
And I think I said it. Nathan Simmons's dad is a preacher, so like he comes by this naturally. Um, so when I was watching him, it fit, and I'm sure his dad was real happy with that.
Yeah.
Um, his family, like Alex and I used to have Nathan on a lot, and in the beginning, his family would log on while we were interviewing him
Oh, that's amazing.
and watch, so that was really cool. I felt like I got to meet his parents,
That's awesome. That is so cool.
and like they would be over in the comments saying, "You go, Nathan, you're awesome." Like, they were just so supportive.
Yeah.
I think they were thinking we were the big time.
You are the big time. No,
So
he is
if
great.
we were the big time, there would be more than 12 people here.
Well, hey, these 12 people are the best 12 people ever, just so you
I
know.
know. I know. I mean, you guys that have shown up week after week, whenever you've shown up, have been awesome. Just awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Nathan's done though. I think he is going to be back as a Father K, something like that.
But he doesn't have a relationship with anybody like that.
But he's got he's got Sarah. He could come to talk to Sarah.
Yeah, but
or even Julie.
He was creeping on both Sarah and Julie. I think the only one that would make sense would be Clara, and kind of being that angel saying, "Hey, Clara, straighten up and fly straight."
Or just tell Clara how stupid she is.
Yeah, like haunt
I could
Sarah.
see him coming to. Honestly, I could see him being, just like popping in the background, like of different scenes, and because think of it, only Claire knows he's dead, right?
Yeah.
So what if he just is a ghost and just interacts with everybody and nobody really realizes he's dead?
That would be interesting. Like he's interacting with everybody. Everybody's acknowledging him.
And no one knows he's dead.
But because they don't know he's dead, there's no body.
Well, at some point, someone will stumble across the dead body and say, "Wait a minute, I saw him yesterday at the diner or whatever." So,
yeah,
I mean, that could happen too.
What if he's like working at the diner now?
Who knows? Maybe that's where he's like going to be stuck to the diner because that's where he died.
Yeah. And then they just find his body because
somebody trips over it.
Shitty job of burying him.
Wait a minute, you're dead? I talked to you yesterday.
I just saw you. I literally just saw you 3 seconds ago.
No,
in the diner.
I don't think this is it for Nathan. I think Nathan, because did he mention on Friday that he was going back to work soon? Like did he say that he was going back to work soon? I know that Harold said that, but
I don't recall. But the thing is, I know the tricks and they say that so they don't give away things.
Yeah, possibly.
Surprised she didn't tell her to make it look like the monsters did it.
Yeah. Well, he's already kind of
good thoughts, guy. What?
He's already missing an eye and his hand is bandaged up.
Oh my God, he's a mess. He's a mess. Yeah, but then like if he does come back, what if he comes back and both eyes are whole?
And nobody even notices. That would be crazy. Because he doesn't wear a patch.
I know. It's
not like he wore a patch. He just like didn't have an eye open.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I don't think I could have stood it, like, having something over my eye like that and, like,
The
knowing that my
prosthetic, yeah.
eyelashes were getting, caught underneath.
I think it would have been more kind to him, to Nathan, to have his character wear a patch instead of a prosthetic bad eye.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
saying.
Because it looked really flat, like, it looked like his eye was really gone.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Yeah, Mobet says Elgin did not live through all that torture just to die like that. I agree. I think we're not done with Nathan.
yeah, that's not fair.
Yeah.
That's not fair to our
Yeah.
Elgin. I mean, I'll tell you, like Nathan has been so incredibly generous to this
Oh, he's such a
podcast.
sweet
I
guy.
just love
Such a
him.
sweet guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And my daughter was like, he's so much different than his character. I'm like, I know.
He's an actor. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, I want to know what his dream was. Like when he got there and he goes into convulsions and
maybe the ghost of Elgin will share next season. Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. I
I'm
knew this was going to
excited
happen.
for the ghost of Elgin. Now the more I think about it, I really I think we're gonna get it. Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. Nick says, I'm still wondering in the old Matthews house after Jim died, all the cupboards and drawers opening and the pot was on its side. That's right. I forgot that happened.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's the same person in this episode. So maybe it is Jim. Maybe it was Jim because he moved all the stuff in the Matthews house and then Julie and Ethan sitting there with Donna and the cupboards go again. May says, while Sophia didn't anticipate Elgin finding the Polaroid, she also made sure Clara got rid of the body. I don't see
Go ahead. Sorry.
I don't see her using his form. Her downfall will be her ego. Our side only needs to win once.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. For the poltergeist scene, weren't they at Colony House?
Yeah, they were at Colony House.
Yeah.
They were in the kitchen with Donna.
I think it's Jim. I think that it's Jim just trying to get their attention.
Yeah. You know what? Think about it. Who was trying to communicate to someone outside of there? It was Jim. I think they need to get the CB going again. I think he'll come through the CB.
Yeah, because only Man in Yellow comes through the phone as other people.
No. He was on the CB.
No, but I mean, when the phones ring,
it's
always the Man in Yellow pretending to be somebody else, right?
Yeah.
What's the name of their son? I can't remember the name of the son.
Ethan?
No, the one that died.
Oh, Thomas.
Thomas.
Yeah, Thomas calls
Thomas. An older version of Thomas, but we know now that
the one that can speak.
Yeah.
All right. So Maze says Julie had dialogue where she said her dad messes around in the kitchen when he gets anxious. First time Jim had just died. Second time they just found out about Tabby.
You mean Tabitha, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah, Tabitha. Yeah.
About Tabitha being missing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it could be Jim. I think that's very plausible.
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
and you know what Jim is saying?
What is Jim saying?
What the hell, Tabitha? You left our kids alone again.
I know. She's always saying, I'm never going to leave you. And then she's gone.
she always does.
Yeah.
But you know what? And then Julie's like, I'm never going to leave you until she story walks and she leaves.
Yeah.
Poor Ethan.
Then she's gone again.
Yeah.
Because she's taking a real chance. She doesn't know if she's going to come back if she's story walking.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just trying, I go back to Jim dying. I don't think, I think everyone's right. He's not gone. Tabitha was in potential danger. Boyd thought she was dead.
Yeah. And I think that's why, Boyd shared that with Donna, and Donna was talking to the kids about that.
Yeah.
And Jim is probably with those kids all the time, basically. Jim is just around. And
Yeah.
it just set him off, you know.
Yeah.
But scared the shit out of the kids. So
Yeah.
well, I
Well,
don't think
what do
Julie
they
was that
know?
afraid. Yeah, I don't think Julie was that afraid.
Yeah. Tabitha was in, oh, yep, boys. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well, any final thoughts, gang? Anything you want to say? I'll give
So we're
you
going
a,
to continue to podcast, right? Even though the
yeah.
show's over, we're not going to let this die.
Yeah. Unlike with last season, we're not going dead or dormant. We are going to either do interviews, which we have Liz Moy coming up, Tien Chen.
Yay.
We're going to deep dive into the barn. So I want to hear all about the barn, like all about the filming, everything. So we're going to do a deep dive into the barn. So I would say, if you're going to join us, definitely watch that episode in the barn.
I'm probably going to watch the whole season.
Oh my God, Lisa, I was thinking about rewatching again too.
Yeah.
Maybe we could
I meant
do
to
that.
say not the whole season, the whole series.
The whole
I've
series.
already watched season 1 over.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when I'm on MGM, you know, if I'm watching something, if it ends and I'm not paying attention, it'll just jump to something that like is in my algorithm. And a couple weeks ago, it was season 1, episode 1 of From, and I'm like, oh my gosh! And I actually really sat down and watched it, and it was so funny, like to see how mean Julie was to
she
Ethan
was
in the RV. And a lot of things kind of clicked for me. So I think this summer, you know, this time that we have between now and the first episode of the last season, I'm gonna watch all of them again.
Yeah.
Just see if anything new pops out.
You know what? We could do that. Like maybe watch 3 episodes, podcast on them, and try to draw lines, you know,
before
to where we are now.
Yeah. I think it's a good idea.
Oh my gosh, we're going to end up with a bulletin board with a bunch of red yarn, aren't we? That's going to be us.
You know what? I think I might have to put something up here. We'll put a big board up here.
Or just like, you know, in the police station when the detectives are trying to solve something and they have the mob boss and then all the capos underneath.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing that.
I think that's going to be it.
Do you guys want to hang on for Nathan?
Is he here?
He's available.
Oh my goodness, of course.
Let's see. I've got to get hold on, guys. Let me get the login for him. You need to entertain everybody for a moment.
Hello, guys. I think this is amazing. So I get to share what our theories are for next season with Nathan if he gets to join us.
Okay.
But I think we should all do a rewatch. I mean, I think it's going to be so. Maze 9415. When I see that, I just finished watching for the 4th time Project Hail Mary because I read the book. But when I see your name, I want to go amaze, amaze, amaze. Amazing. And that's how I feel about Nathan coming on. Amaze, 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 right?
Yeah. Hold on.
Oh, I love that, Sky. Sky is running notes on the Notes app so they can search their keywords.
All right. Okay, so I'm going to keep an eye out for him while, you know, we're sitting here, but hopefully he sees that. I don't know. When did he send that? At 8:44?
Yeah, that's only like 10 minutes ago. So
I know, but you know how people get distracted.
Maybe somebody else grabbed him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sky wants him to admit he's coming back. Sky, I think he's coming back. I don't think he's done. I just don't think he's done.
You know, it's interesting because of course he couldn't give us any hints or tell us anything the other day when we talked to him. And we hadn't seen we hadn't seen the screener because we weren't on the list this time for some reason. So we didn't know what was going to happen to him. We had no idea. So this is pretty exciting. Wow, I'm
Well,
glad
I
I
think I
looked
called
out.
it that he was a dead man, but I didn't know how it would happen.
Yeah,
And like I said, I totally think he's coming back.
I wonder if she burst his heart because his heart was too good. It was too pure.
Oh, I don't know. Well, he did bleed out of his eyes and his nose and his mouth
Yeah, yeah,
after
she did.
praying. So there
He
was
did.
that.
Oh, the waiting is agony.
Yeah. So here
Like
are my
it's
theories, though. Here are my theories.
okay.
He's going to just nobody's going to know he's dead, and Clara is. Let's admit, I don't want to talk bad about a character, but Clara is not the brightest crayon in the box, right?
No, she is not.
So she's probably going to fumble hiding the body. I'm just
Yeah.
saying, but no one knows that he's dead, so I think he will just walk among them. And I wonder if he will not have a prosthetic eye, and will anyone notice that he
That's a
that
good
he's
question.
that
Will
he's
he
not
not
missing a
have a
limb?
prosthetic eye? What was I going to say? I don't know. Like, yeah. I wonder if Ethan would notice.
Well, maybe, or maybe he'll just stay away from me. Who knows? And will he even talk, or will he just like be an observer? Who knows?
Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting to see.
Yeah. Um, she isn't a real person. Talk as bad as you want.
Well, you know,
She's a jerk. She's a big jerkwad.
she's a
So
dummy. She's a dummy.
she's a big dummy. So let's talk about this plan. Like, if we watch, I mean, we don't know how many, like, how long it's going to take for them to come back, for one. But if we do a rewatch and we watch,
But we have the July 4th holiday coming up, so people are probably not going. So maybe the following week we start,
yeah,
and maybe just
well,
watch like 3 episodes a week or something like that.
yeah,
Let's do the math on what
well,
we need to do, and
there's
then when
50 episodes.
so 2 episodes.
If we do 2 episodes,
I think you're right, Sky. I really do.
we're
And
not gonna, like, we wouldn't be doing them. I don't think we would do this every week.
no,
Um,
but
2 episodes, 25, that's 25 months if we only do it once a month. But we can
well, maybe
cut,
we do a season a month. I don't know.
no, that's a lot. That's only 5 months. They're going to be out. It's going to take
You
longer
know,
than that.
for
What
me
if we
personally, if I
did,
have a rainy day, I could literally binge watch a season in a day.
I don't know what's coming up with me. But like if we did three a month, three goes in, that could work. Like 20, that's 18 months.
That's longer than a year.
That's longer than a year. I think it's going to be.
Oh, Sky says I thought there were 40 episodes. Well, there's 10 episodes.
Oh, there's 40 episodes. Why am I thinking
Yeah,
50?
you're right, Sky.
Sorry, 40. So 3 going into 40 would be what, 13? That works.
It could work.
Let's try for 3 episodes a month and we'll podcast once a month about the episodes. Any interviews will be just extra episodes.
Okay. I like that idea.
I like that too. I don't know if he's going to see this in time. I don't see.
So, apologies to everyone if you heard a lot of background noise on my end tonight. My son is home. Everybody's home from college. Everybody's home from their other places where they live. And this house has seen a lot more.
Okay, good morning.
A lot more
activity.
than it has in quite a while. So I
Yeah.
keep trying to, including one of my son's friends pulling up in the loudest motorcycle I've ever heard in my whole life. So Sky, so when you say that again, you mean what we're gonna do? We're gonna watch 3 episodes a month, and then we'll podcast once a month about those 3 episodes, and then if we have interviews with cast members in between, we'll podcast with those interviews. Is that what you were asking about?
I think so. That's what really worked well for us when Alex and I were podcasting, is we would podcast once a month until the show came back on. And then it was 10 hard weeks, 10 solid weeks of like work.
The watch plan. Yeah. The watch plan.
Yeah.
I like, now we have, it's the watch plan. That's what it's called. The watch
plan. And I would say to all of you here tonight, all of you that are listening, I would say make sure that you're following me on Instagram. So our show address on Instagram is WF or W from Cast. That is our sign on, our handle. Just want to make sure. W from
Why don't you type it in the comment box, Liz?
I can do that.
That might be easier. And people can copy it if they want to. Sometimes I have good ideas.
Well, I was just thinking that not everyone will see the comments. So again, on Instagram, W from Cast. Make sure you're following us over there. I do post frequently, pretty much every day. Ooh, Julia has a little white schmoopa dog. Pretty much every day with something. So make sure you're following us if you're not already following us over there. And it's 9:00.
Yeah.
It's been 12 minutes since I messaged him.
So why don't we try to make him our first guest when we're doing our interview episodes?
Oh my God, my 7-year-old even knows your handle
great.
by now. I don't think I have adult stuff that I post, but you never know. Nothing really. It's all from.
Yeah, pretty much. My granddaughter is 7, and that is such a great age, I have to say.
Good. It is a good age. All right. So I just want to thank everybody for going on this journey with us. It has been so much fun to have you guys join us every week. Like, just awesome. And now I look forward to seeing you at least once a month.
Yay!
And when we do the cast member interviews, I'll try to announce them ahead of time. We will do it here, and then you can hop back on with us. All right?
Guys, you are the best. You are awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah. All right. Well, this is it. I don't know.
Like, this is what Charlotte does to me whenever we FaceTime. This is what I give to
heart.
You guys.
Yeah.
There you go. There's your heart.
My thumbs aren't working. I think I have arthritis in them. Thanks. Bye, everybody.
Yeah. Bye, guys.